I was just walking along the stands out here at this conference and picked up a little DVD that said, "God calls you by name. Discover your personal vocation." And it made me think a lot because the church has spoken a lot about vocation in the last couple of decades. In the Second Vatican Council, it says that everyone has the universal call to sanctity, and that just basically means holiness. That we're all called to holiness, all called to be saints, and not just the professionally religious or the part-time religious, but all of us are meant to be full-time striving to be holy, to be set apart, to be like the good Lord. And I realize that when a lot of people talk about vocation or discerning their vocation, they often think of it in terms of like a very detailed, intricate plan that God has already laid out and mapped out in the future. And all your choices and everything, they're all right there, and you just need to figure out what He already has in store and then follow and accept that. I tend to think that view of vocation is very similar to the actions and behavior of that little sort of saber-toothed squirrel Scrat in Ice Age, who, if you remember, constantly is running and scuttling over everywhere, trying to find the nut, the acorn that will make him happy. And he keeps looking everywhere, and the moment he tries to grasp it, he loses it, he can't find it, he keeps wandering, he's obsessed with finding this acorn. And I think some people tend to think of vocation in a similar sense, like they've got to really search hard and far and wide to see what God's will is, and it's quite as similar, I think. And I think it's a little different from that. I think that when it comes to figuring out what we should do for people of faith, that God has inscribed on our very nature, our own interests, passions, our talents and gifts, all God-given, which form the fabric of our lives. And when it comes to figuring out what we should do, we should think deeply about basically who we are as a person, all our interests and passions and likes and fascinations, and what needs and opportunities there are that lie around us, and seeing how well we can match up ourselves with those opportunities around us. And when it comes to things like marriage or priesthood or other states of life like that, it means thinking really deeply about all of those things, about what marriage is, what it requires, what's consent, what's full consent look like, what is this person that I'm thinking marriage with, all thinking about that. Or religious life, the evangelical councils, what does the church teach about this? How's this community flourishing in Australia or in the US or somewhere? And then thinking, so that's the first thing, about the need, the possibility, and then thinking about yourself, what the fit is like with you with that. And then just giving it a try. And you don't need to have an email from God letting you know in advance what you're going to do and what your life's going to be like before you can make a decision. Just if you're thinking about something, give it a try, give it a shot. Let your vocation unfold and organically develop as you grow closer through every day, sanctifying your life closer to God. So God's calling you to think deeply and to pray deeply and then to act. We think so that we can act, so that once we've chosen, we can think and act even more and even better over time. That's what I think about vocations. Thanks very much. God bless.